My fiancé and I have been together 3 years, and living together too. He's definitely a hothead. It's been a problem in the past, but he's a wonderful partner otherwise. He cooks, I clean, we both work, and we're best friends. We spend all our spare time together going on road trips, trying new foods, or just hanging out. He has in the past lost it over small things, followed someone home twice over driving, and he yelled at them. He's an angry driver in general. He thinks no one can drive and is often speeding through traffic. His angry driving is an everyday occurrence. I let him drive because it's not worth the stress if I drive because he doesn't like it. He punched a hole in a closet door after a stressful day at work, and I sarcastically replied to his mood. He immediately apologized when he calmed down the next day, but it scared me at the time. This was a year ago. His temper is an everyday thing, but it's never directed at me. He also used to tell me to pack my things and F off if we were arguing. I'm definitely a calm, let's talk this out person. He's an I don't want to talk about it person. He often feels attacked, and it's something we had to work through. He's much better now. He tried anger management but said it wasn't working with his work schedule. His communication is much better. Apart from that, he's an affectionate goofball who treats me like a queen. He would do anything for me, I just have to ask. It's like a different person takes over. Oh, to the incident. We were going on a holiday this week, 12-hour road trip, and we decided to leave at 3 a.m. He said he didn't sleep well, and I annoyed him because I wasn't ready quick enough. I forgot some things, and I admit that I took too long and we left late. We stopped an hour later to grab a quick service station meat pie. I don't really remember the conversation leading up to this. I don't even know if we were arguing. All I know is his meat pie leaked on his shirt. He swore and ripped his shirt down the middle, like the Hulk, and threw it out the window. He proceeded to speed and had the angriest look on his face. I was scared. It was a dark back road, and I could see he was doing 140 kilometers, about 90 mph to my US people. I told him I was scared and to stop, and he ignored me. I told him to please calm down and stop. Suddenly, he slammed on the brakes and all out things in the back flew forward. He turned to look at me and said, "There!" before taking off again, only faster, doing 160 kilometer, about 100 mph. I sat there terrified to speak up again and that we would hit something. He stopped not long after and told me to drive because he was going to sleep. He woke up 2 hours later and didn't say anything about it. It was an hour or so after he woke up. He said, "Sorry about..." Before I was really tired. I'm in shock. He doesn't seem to think it was a huge deal. It's been 2 days and we've just moved on from it. He said nothing happened and he knows how to control a vehicle, and why would he put himself in danger? I just need some advice. I'm starting to rethink this whole relationship based off this incident because I'm scared to tell my friends because they will hold judgments on him. Update: I'm so completely overwhelmed by the response from this group. I never thought I'd receive so many helpful and worried comments. I have 4 more days of this trip, and since so many are telling me to be careful, I am not going to do anything until I get home. You've all shown me it's time to tell my sister and brother what's going on. They live in the same city. Thank you again for all your help. I feel so rattled. I've never once thought it was abuse. I just thought he needed help and support. Update: 2 months later. Thank you to everyone who commented on my previous post. It's been a while since my original post and a lot has happened. The end of the relationship was nothing short of a soap opera. I spent nights in bed next to him on our holiday reading Lundy Bancroft's book, and I was floored. All the comments were so eye-opening even if I didn't want to believe it was that serious. So many things were hitting home. So many things I didn't consider abuse, but these were things I wasn't telling friends or family about. I was protecting him from anyone knowing what he was really like. A part of the book referenced cheating and abusers as one archetype that matched a lot of my partner's attributes. I thought I was crazy, but over a week after we got home from our holiday, he got home from work. We had dinner, and he went to shower, so I checked his phone. I repeated this for quite a few nights, gathering evidence. He has been cheating on me. Lots of different women over the last 3 years, and currently one woman who knows all about me and likes to talk about how awful I am with him. A lot of things he thought he deleted that messenger archived. I eventually confronted him one of those nights when he was coming to bed, and he told me he was too tired to talk about it, and that I invaded his privacy, and that they were just friends. I was so angry I pushed it, in terms of keeping the conversation going, not physically. He said he wanted to sleep, and I said if I wasn't getting any sleep, he wasn't either. He snapped. He punched a hole in the wall. He broke our dresser. It's destroyed. He went into the kitchen and smashed other things. It was terrifying. I was begging him to stop. He then said I was lucky something of his wasn't broken. I said, why? What does that mean? He said he would have unalived me. More graphic, but I'm not sure I can post that here. I got my things and snuck to my car and went to a friend's. He called me and said not to bother coming home. I wasn't. Why would I? The next day, he said it was all my fault because I wouldn't let him walk away, that I was a moron and ruined everything, that I should have let him sleep and waited until the morning. I called my brothers and said I needed to get my things. I decided it wasn't a good idea for them to come yet because I think they would have escalated the situation as they were angry too. I took my sister and friend and had them wait in the car until I was sure it was safe. He wasn't meant to be home, but was. They said I had 5 minutes until they were coming in. I told him I'd come to get my things. He got emotional and said he never wanted me to see that side of him. I said we were done, and he got angry again and chased me into the garage throwing pillows at me. He said I would regret not fighting for this, and I asked him what I was fighting for, because this wasn't how you treat someone you love. He collapsed into a crying mess and said he loved me too much and needed me, that he'd been an idiot and ruined it all. He said I could take what I wanted, that he would speak to me tomorrow when we've both slept. He got upset when my friend and sister came inside because he didn't know they knew. I took the opportunity to get clothes and my brothers returned for my things 2 days after. He sobbed on the phone to me to reconsider, that he wasn't getting attention from me and did the wrong thing, that he's really stressed, and it all came to a head. He also told me this would happen to me again, and the devil I knew was better than any other. He was begging me to come home. I cut contact. 3 weeks later, he's posting pictures with one of the other women and in a relationship with her. I'm just floored by the turn in events. Thank you to everyone who commented. This man was an abuser, and writing here saved me. Please don't date angry men. Please realize if there's physical violence of any kind, they're capable of worse. The cheating was a bullet. I didn't see coming. I never suspected him of that ever in the whole 3 years, and I'm extremely embarrassed of being replaced so easily and being fooled so easily. I'm living with my brother. My self-esteem is in the toilet, and I guess I'm starting my life over again now. Story 2. My boss collected money for flowers for me and then kept it for herself. Unfortunately, 7 weeks ago, my dear grandmother passed away at 91. A co-worker of mine told me our supervisor collected money from our team for flowers as condolences for her death. No flowers were delivered from my supervisor and team to the funeral home. 2 weeks after the funeral, I found out a florist in town didn't deliver all their orders for my grandmother's funeral. I sent my supervisor a text explaining the flower mix-up we had experienced. In the text, I told her I was worried about not sending my gratitude to her and the team, as I never got the flowers. Also, I wanted to make sure she and the team were not out the money because of the inept florist. I included my appreciation for her and the team thinking of me. My supervisor replied she didn't order any flowers for the funeral, telling me not to worry, and thankfully they were not lost. Instead, she was planning to send something else to my new husband and I as a condolence. Then she added a flippant, "Sorry, I haven't gotten there yet." Now it has been 7 weeks since my grandmother's passing and 4 weeks since I sent the text about the flowers to my supervisor. My supervisor didn't follow through with sending my team's condolences for the death of my grandmother. My husband and I have not received anything from my supervisor or the team, but my boss still has their money, which is technically theft. Also, I'm feeling hurt by her lack of regard to my emotions about losing a very close loved one. My grandmother passed away 15 days after my wedding, which she couldn't attend due to the injury which led to her death. She was going to be the flower girl in our non-traditional ceremony, all of which I shared with my boss. It was a roller coaster of emotions in a short time frame. I'm uncertain of my course of action here. Should I go to HR? What should I say? My boss didn't take my money, but she did take my co-workers' money and didn't send their condolences. Do I tell HR I'm being treated unfairly as my boss didn't send me condolences like she has to others? She's made sure to send prompt bereavement gestures within 2 weeks for my co-workers with the family losses they've experienced in the past. It's not like it's required or expected for her or my co-workers to send condolences, though it is a considerate thing to do. I feel going to HR will make our already challenging relationship even worse, and she will be supported by them. HR will see it as a personal matter and she was just forgetful. She may get a small slap on the wrist, but I will pay big as the employee that tattled on her. Our team is only 7 people, so she'll definitely know it was me. Do I ask her again about sending the flowers gift? It already felt awkward when I contacted her before about the flowers, especially after her dismissive response. Also, I'm not certain how to approach it because it's a gesture of caring and other people's money that I'm asking her about. It just feels icky. Many people are telling me to just let it go, but others are saying she committed theft and to report her to HR. What do you think is the best way to handle the situation? I talked to two of my most trustworthy coworkers, one being the person who told me she thought my supervisor was sending the flowers for my grandmother's funeral. I expressed to them I had not received any condolences from my boss on their behalf and expressed my gratitude for their contributions when my grandmother passed. Both asked me if I felt they should mention anything to our supervisor. I told them that was up to their own discretion. I stopped there and decided to not pursue anything with HR. I felt like it was more important to move on. At least, I was able to say thank you to my closest colleagues. Then before our first staff meeting of the 2023 new year, our team was chatting together about our upcoming plans. I said that my husband and I were going to Florida in a few weeks to see my parents. This included visiting with my grandfather, who at 90 decided live in Florida with my parents after losing my grandmother. I had mentioned this new living situation to my supervisor and colleagues prior to this meeting. I kid you not, my supervisor, after I shared my upcoming plans, asks me, "How's your grandma doing in Florida?" Wait, what? Grandma? I quickly and rather coldly replied, "My grandmother has passed." My supervisor got bright red and tried her best to cover her tracks by saying, "Oh yeah, I meant your grandpa. I got confused for just a moment." I said nothing more. I didn't even acknowledge her clumsy attempts to correct herself. An uncomfortably long pause of weirdness loomed over the room for a while before conversation resumed. My most confidential coworker afterwards expressed to me how cringy it was to witness. My supervisor knew she had inconsiderately asked me about the well-being of dead person. On top of that, she knew she was sitting on money collected to give the team's condolences for my grandmother's passing. At beginning of March, I received a text out of the blue from my supervisor stating in a very professional manner, "I am so sorry. I just realized I have been remiss in sending a condolence gift from our team for your grandmother." Included was a $25 gift card to Starbucks. I sent the following text of gratitude, the team's texting thread. "Thank you everyone for the $25 gift card to Starbucks in memory of my grandmother passing in October. I appreciate the thoughtfulness." My supervisor, only 5 months down the road, and after sticking her own foot in her mouth, did finally produce the gift. In the end, she made good on her responsibility and promised to our team to provide a gift on their behalf. However, not before embarrassing herself in front of her team and giving me the opportunity to point out her massive tardiness.